Hi guys, it's France. How have you been doing? I haven't posted a lot of my videos on the van dwelling site lately, but I'm here to share that I also have a podcast going now. You can listen to me. I know some of you miss listening to me go on about things. You can get to my podcast on Spotify. Just go to Spotify and search Sands of the Mind. That is Sands of the Mind. That's me. And I'm sharing about all kinds of things. Last week, I actually interviewed a local man who is a Tai Chi instructor. He just really enjoys my podcast and he wanted to get on there and talk with me. So that's kind of awesome. And let's see, besides the podcast, I've been doing a lot of manifesting. You know, sometimes when I take a moment and I just kind of wish that when I was in the van, I was, more into the manifesting, but I guess things happen when they happen, right? So, yes, I've been doing lots of studies on manifesting. I've been manifesting some things around, and I tell you, the most uncomplicated way to manifest something that I've done recently, I do think you have to understand who you are. I'm just like looking in the thing going, what is this on my neck? I do you think you have to kind of understand who you are, but it's possible if you're innocently believe you can do something, maybe you have the same result. But knowing that I am the God of the universe, of my universe, and that we are all the God in individuated bodies, that's really going to bother me now. Should I just hold it? It looks weird. So yeah, so just to have a simple thought, we've been manifesting our whole lives. It's what we do. We say something and it happens, whether it's good or whether it's bad or whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. I know. But anyway, so yeah, so if you just kind of, say something and believe it, that's what I've been doing. I'm also doing a technique where before you go to bed, you imagine your desire and then trust it's going to happen and you sleep in that thought. Imagine you in the situation. For example, if you're wanting a car, imagine you driving your car. Okay. Whatever the end result will be is what you imagine. Not how you're going to get to it, but you already have it. That's what the part that you want to visualize. And then allow things to happen. Very cool, right? So yeah, we've been doing this our whole life. A lot of us just didn't understand it. I know I didn't. Until you really just have to, I think it's a matter of slowing your mind down to connect things, really. And I believe that's how I was able to understand it so easily, is because of trying, slowing down your thinking, your reacting. Make sure this isn't on. So yeah, I've been in Blueberry again for the last at least a month, and I was gonna contact you guys and say, hey, look, we're back here for the temporary amount of time. So yeah, that's happening. Like I said, I feel you don't have to work on manifesting because we do it naturally. But if you have a situation like me, I want to be in a certain place. And I believe that's why I'm in the van right now, because my certain place, I'm not going to go into any details, but again, it's a certain place. So I just feel like, and again, this is just my thinking, and it may not be the right way of thinking, but I believe in my circumstance that It may take a little bit of, working with that manifesting muscle. And even though, oh my God, I should probably never said it, but I'm done working on it. Keep that in mind. I'm done working on it. It's time. I manifested so much stuff. It's kind of funny. There was so another way to manifest, and this wasn't what this was supposed to be about, guys. Sorry. It's called assumption, where you simply assume something will happen, right? It's called a law of assumption, actually. And so, like the last 2 weeks, I would say a particular thing, and I realized, like, in several situations, I don't know, are you getting the glare that I'm getting? I'm trying to remove it. Maybe I should move over here. So there was things that I was saying. So basically, you choose your assumption. Okay, say for instance, you wake up in the morning and you say, you know what, man, I wish I could get a free cup of coffee today. And you might put that out there, and by the end of the day, someone's giving you a free cup of coffee for just random reason. And it's interesting because it ends up being fairly random. That I shouldn't say random. It comes about naturally in the flow of the day. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So, and another way to go along with this, I'm going to get back to it. But when you wake up in the morning, this is kind of the fun part. You wake up in the morning and get a piece of paper and just write down whatever comes to you about the free cup of coffee, or you want your girlfriend to massage your feet, or whatever just like comes out of your mind, right? And then just kind of let it go, right? And so those things start to happen too. That's part of assuming. And so anyway, so I decided to choose something, or to choose a bunch of stuff to say as assumptions for various reasons, right? And so now this is kind of like a good and a bad that happened to me. So I had decided to say to myself and to assume this is true. No one says no to me. And so I decided no one says no to me. And so for like several days off and on, I'm just like, no one says no to me. No one says no to me. Hey, no one says no to me. And I was just like saying it. And then something happened, and they didn't say no to me. And I was like, oh my God, of course they didn't say no to me, because no one says no to me, right? But then what happened is sometimes when you say things, well, I probably all the time, they kind of have like the two-edged sword effect, to where saying no one says no to me is good when you need to get things done, right? But what about when you take it to the dark side and something isn't going your way, hint, hint, and you're like, you know what? Nobody says no to me. No one says no to me. And then I just kind of went in the whole opposite direction with the, the feeling behind it. And ended up writing an email. It's like I was upset, but not upset. I wasn't upset because no one says no to me, right? But I took it to the point to where I almost was attacking the other person with, look, you're going to do what I say. Well, he didn't know what was in my head, right? But he, and I just kind of put it out there. And then later I was like, ooh, you know what? That might be connected to my assumption. I could have been calm. I could have been more like, no one says no to me. It's just going to happen. Move on, which is the better way to look at it. Because, when I say it, it is true, And so to add the extra oomph is not necessary. It's just like over the top. It was a flashback from the past, man. You guys have no idea. My family didn't ever want to go eat with me because they used to say, oh my God, if something is wrong, she's going to call the waitress over and let her know what's going on. I remember that. They were like, it's fine. We'll eat it. I'm like, no, if there's a hair in your soup, we need to call that waitress. Oh my God. I remember that too. But yeah, I used to really be like, but I'm really, I believe customer service should be good. And like my son said at Walmart, they tell you the customer's almost always right. And so I've really been into that. Service should be good. They're not training people. And that's like a whole other rant. But anyway, so it does work. Choose an assumption. Just be careful where you take it, guys. I'm giving you the down low on how it works. It does work. I can give you more details. Check out my podcast, guys. I miss you guys. Sands in the Mind on Spotify.